Daddy Dens, Saws, KZ. Let's go.
Calculus. It's a challenging course, but when you know what you're doing, you're quite the force. No doubt, it's a hard class to take, but you're smart enough, for goodness sake. Miss Garrity won Teacher of the Year. You can ask her questions, have no fear. Daddy Dens, Sauce, and KZ will show you the way. If you listen close, you'll for sure get an A. The theorems. There are many to know. MVT and IVT are ones that glow. There is a lot to memorize, but we don't want you to be surprised. Suppose that f of x is continuous. Don't worry, it won't be strenuous. But basically the function controls all y values between fa and f of b. All you gotta do is graph and you'll see that it's true. You just gotta believe in you. That explains the theorem of intermediate value. In the mean value theorem, it's necessary that the function is continuous. That's a fact. If it's true, then you're in the clear. Just sit here and watch MVT kick into gear. What it proves is that somewhere between f of a and f of b, the 2 points have the same slope such as f of c. We know it's kind of hard to comprehend. Sit back and listen, my friend, for a little sample. Let us show you an example.
Okay, so in this example we're working with MVT, and in order for it to be applicable, f has to be continuous and differentiable. So in MVT, you're finding where the secant line of A to B has the same slope as the tangent line of point C. So the equation we used was f of x is equal to x cubed minus x squared minus 2x on the interval of -1 to 1. So first we're going to solve for f prime of C. So you're going to set that equal to f of b minus f of a over b minus a. So then you plug in 1 and -1 into the original function and you get out -1 as your y value. In order to find your x value, you have to do the derivative of the original function, which gives you f prime of c is equal to 3c squared minus 2c minus 2. And then you plug in -1 for your y value and you move the -1 over to set the derivative equal to 0, and then when you factor out, you get c is equal to -1/3 and x is equal to 1, but x equals to 1 is not the right answer because it's the m point.
Calculus. It's a challenging course, but when you know what you're doing, you're quite the force. No doubt, it's a hard class to take, but you're smart enough, for goodness sake. Miss Garrity won Teacher of the Year. You can ask her questions, have no fear. Daddy Dens, Sauce, and KZ will show you the way. If you listen close, you'll for sure get an A. All year we learned about derivatives. Mins and maxes are all relatives. Set the equation equal to 0. We will all consider you a hero. We can also use the graph to find those. The minimums are the lows. The maximums are the highs. Figure that out and everyone will think you are wise. There is so much more to these graphs, so sit back, kid, and hold on to your laughs. Concave up and down are hard to get, but I'll explain it to you, so just don't fret. It would be harder to run up a damn hill. So instead, here's an example.
So here we're working with the equation f of x equals x to the 4th minus 4x to the 3rd plus 12. We're going to find the first derivative to figure out if it's increasing or decreasing to find relative maxes and mins. So the first derivative is 4x to the 3rd minus 12x squared. We find this by multiplying the exponent out front and subtracting 1 from the exponent. You take that and you factor out a 4x squared, and then you set those equal to 0 and you get x equals 0 and x equals 3. Then we're going to test those points to find which ones are relative maxes or mins, or if we have any. We test below 0, in between 0 and 3, and above 3, and we figure out that it's it's decreasing up until 0. It's decreasing also between 0 and 3, and it's increasing over 3. So because of that, we know that there's a relative min at 3 because it's decreasing and then increasing. So for the second derivative, we take the first derivative and we do the same process. We multiply the exponent and then subtract 1 from the exponent. We factor out a 12x here, and then you get x equals 0 and x equals 2 again. These are possible points of inflection. Then you test the same thing below 0, in between 0 and 2, or above 2 to figure out which ones are inflection. And it's concave up, concave down, and concave up.
Calculus. It's a challenging course, but when you know what you're doing, you're quite the force. No doubt, it's a hard class to take, but you're smart enough, for goodness sake. Miss Garrity won Teacher of the Year. You can ask her questions, have no fear. Daddy Dens, Sauce, and KZ will show you the way. If you listen close, you'll for sure get an A. The integral is something everyone can do. We're just here to help you with some clues. First, let's talk about regular integration. It helps you find a particular equation. When you take the integral, you must have dx. When you show you're the new calc skills, try not to flex. In the process of integrating, don't forget these steps or it'll hurt your grading. Add one exponent and divide by the same number. If you don't, then you certainly will get dumber. There is one easy point you can always get. Add C and don't forget. Putting that together should be ample. Now, here's an example.
Okay, here we're working with integrals, and integrals you're working backwards as of derivatives. So we'd be like going from like f double prime to f prime to f of x, and here we're going to be going from f prime of x to f of x. So the equation is f prime of x equals 4x to the 4th plus 3x to the 2/3 minus 6. So we're going to be integrating, and when you integrate, you have to have the dx here. And when you do integrate, you're going to add 1 to the exponent and then divide by the exponent. So once we do that, we're going to get 4x to the 5th over 5 plus 3x to the 5/3 over 5/3 minus 6x over 1 plus c, and c is the constant. So you have to go from dx to c when you integrate. And that is the f of x equation.
Calculus. It's a challenging course, but when you know what you're doing, you're quite the force. No doubt, it's a hard class to take, but you're smart enough, for goodness sake. Miss Garrity won Teacher of the Year. You can ask her questions, have no fear. Daddy Dens, Sauce, and KZ will show you the way. If you listen close, you'll for sure get an A.
So many different career paths, so you won't just be sitting at home taking baths. Game designing or engineering are common routes. Lots of money, so don't be the person who pouts. When you get a lot of college credit, you'll be so happy. You'll finally fit in a little nappy.
Doing well in calc sets you up for the future. Once you are done, being a cougar.